I do not have an opening for this. So pretend I do. Da 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 da. Mr. Burger. All right. There's your opening. Live, if you will. Listen, I'm unshaved, unshaven. I am unkept, but I am here to entertain you. Hopefully, I'm actually the title of this is actually drinking old fashions. And quiet, Siri, you bitch. uh, uh, Drinking old fashions and showing Tom Connors how to make a cartoon. Basically, Tom Connors has got an idea for a kids' cartoon, and I have been wanting for a while to show him to how to actually do it, how to actually take him step by step through the process of making a cartoon. Um, and if he wants to sit from the outside and watch it, if he wants to jump in on the stream and watch it, that's great. Tom Connors has been so helpful to me and the entire Burger Bunch. It's not even funny. This channel wouldn't be where it's at if it wasn't for Tom Connors, and I never want him to think that we don't appreciate that. Him and Flash have we wouldn't have nothing if it wasn't for basically him and Flash. So again, Tom Connors wants to do his own little cartoon. I figured I would show him how to do it. And also, I can actually get some work done myself on the cartoon that I'm doing. Be quiet, Siri. Yeah, hag. But look here, I'm not going to take any more of your nonsense. Siri is jumping in and interrupting my conversation. But this is totally for Tom and anybody else who's interested in how we do what we do. So, without further ado, I'm going to jump right into it. I'm going to do it step by step, even open up the windows and stuff like that, and bringing in the storyboards and all that kind of stuff. So let me see if I can go through and get myself a little bit organized. I actually started this before I was actually organized. I was talking to Tom, and I don't know if I got uh, weird or scared. I've had way too many of these. I just started I just hit the go live button for some reason. All right, let's see if I can get this stuff organized and get it going and do a thing here and make this worthwhile. So let's see. First of all, I need to expand the window so I can grab it. My God, Siri, shut up. What the hell is your problem? I've got to hold on. I got to turn Siri off first. She's going nuts. What the hell is wrong with you? You chatty hag. Am I right, guys? All right, there we go. She's off. So there we go. All right, Siri is off. The old iPad is off. I actually use that to draw with. Let's see. First things first is storyboarding. Coming up with the concept. You can't do anything without a decent concept, or at least what you consider to be a decent concept. You have to come up with an idea. This is another way of saying an idea. So let me see here. On this and this and this. I actually had a cartoon called Bunny Hugged, which I showed you guys already. Let me see if I can actually bring it up in one of the windows. All right, let me go here. All right, very quickly, right there. And I will type in the word Bunny Hugged. Bunny Hugged. There we go. Bunny Hugged. And this is a cartoon from 1951. All right. There it is right there. And boom, right there. This ultimately is what got me started. Okay. As I've said to you before, probably on another broadcast. Let's see here. On another broadcast, I had an idea. I really think John Malin is a cool guy. He's been also a pretty big inspiration to me as a comics creator and everything else. So he's famous for eating Taco Bells, and that's what he does late at night. he eats Taco Bell. Hold on a second. Oh yeah. Oh, a little too sweet. Uh, we'll fix that on the next round. Uh, he's famous for eating Taco Bell. So I had the idea: what if Mr. Burger, had a house, and John Malin lived in? Oh, hey, mine Zircon. Yeah, there you go. All right, there you go. What's pineappling, Mr. Burger? Is that gin? No, my friend, this is an old fashioned. I might have put a drop of gin in it just to, you know. But just to even me out, if you know what I'm saying. Point is that John Malin likes Taco Bells, and Mr. Burger lives next to his house, and Mr. Burger finds a bunch of on his lawn. Thank you for the money miner Zircon. And he thinks John Malin is the guy that did it. So essentially, they get into a fight, and it's going to be like the chicken fight in Family Guy, where they, fight each other and go around all over the place and just beat the crap out of each other over the entire town in a very fantastical, cartoony kind of way. Now, let's see if I can access again. So the idea came from this cartoon where Bugs Bunny fights the Crusher. Let's see. We start it up here. Fights the Crusher. Back it up. Matter of fact, the first scene is basically Burger doing this same maneuver to John Malin. And I made John Malin monstrously big. So really exaggerated his features. John Malin is actually a pretty tall guy, but obviously is not like 9-10 feet tall, and that's what he is in this cartoon. So the point is, you got to start with a storyboard. And let me see if I can bring up the horribly awful storyboards that I actually created. They're really bad. Give me a second. I got to look them up on the phone here because I did them on the iPad. I drew them out. Like I said, I'm not necessarily a pen and paper type of artist. I'm a 3D animator with probably 35 years experience. Yeah. So that's why I excel. I do not excel at physical drawing. It's just not my thing. I can do a decent job, but we'll get into how someone who doesn't draw all that well ended up doing some of the work that you see. So it has a lot to do with a Mexican, a lovely Mexican, and the computer. I'll make that connection later on. Let's see. Let me hit save on this. All right. Hit save on this. And I'll save another one. I'll save another one so you can show you you don't have to be an amazing artist to do these little storyboards. You just have to be able to convey the information visually to the person that you hire. So, and I'll even tell you where to find these people, what to do, and how to find them. All of it. I'm gonna lay everything out as detailed as I can for Tom if he decides to watch this stuff later. So here we go. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, that hits the spot. It does. Clinky. That's a lot of ice. Because I didn't want to get too messed up here. By the way, if I end up passing out in a chair or fall out the chair, everyone who's in the chat gets a free T-shirt. So that's the rule that goes on around here. Miner Zircon, thank you for the monthly membership. And again, if I drink to the point where I pass out, everyone gets a free T-shirt. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Anywho, all right. Let's see. All right. So that's the original concept. Here's the janky ass storyboards that that I did to relay the info to the artist I was working with. All right, let's see if I can bring these over. Look at that work. Look at that artwork, folks. Isn't that magnificent? Borderline Picasso, if you will. But yeah, this is all the storyboard artwork. This is what it all looks like. And I listen, it's terrible. It's free fucking. Hey, David D, what's going on? Uh uh David D is doing something. By the way, man, not to get off subject, you know you are doing way better in the quizzes this year than you were last year. Like you're not close to Tom, but you are leading the second and third place group. You are doing very well on the quizzes this year. That's what you get. You know, last year was a lot of messing around, but this year he's coming a lot serious and he's doing both quizzes both days. So David D is in the running for a belt this year. He's doing quite well. Him and Lisa Lopez. But on back to the work here. So anyway, this here is the fabulous storyboard. You have John Malin here, right here, and then you have Mr. Burger there. And then what I've done, you move to the next scene. He gets punched in the face, and then you move to the next scene where he gets hit so hard he goes flying, and then he hits the mat in the ring. You the type of storyboards that you need to create are simply they're simple. They don't need don't worry, Minor Zircon. There's plenty of time to catch up. Plenty of time to catch up this year. Plenty of time. You don't need to be a John Malin, Ethan Van Sciver level artist to be able to do storyboards. You really don't. You just need to be able to, again, convey what you want to the freelancer so that he knows what the scene, what the type of scene that you're trying to put together. So that little horrible artwork or whatever, I think I did a bunch of scenes. Let me see if I can bring up the original storyboards for this stuff. I doubt if I have it because it was a real mess. It wasn't really all that great. No, let's see. I probably don't have them anymore because got rid of them. I didn't need them. There's somewhere about. I just don't know where. Let's see. No, oh, wait a minute. Holy shit. I got them. Isn't that something? I actually got them. All right, let's run through a few of them here. All right, let me close this up and move this over. All right. Yeah, these are some of the storyboards for the one that got totally animated by Luis. Let's see here. Oh my goodness. Ah, that's delicious. Gin and tonics are great. Old fashions are great. I might try me a Harvey Wallbanger a little later. But here you go. Yeah, this is a storyboard for it. I'm gonna run it backwards. There we go. Burger's in the ring. That's him in the ring and stuff like that. John Malin calls him a jackass. I haven't recorded any of the voice or even asked John Malin. There's only like a couple of lines anyway. This is where Burger jumps in the air. He jumps on John Malin. It's all kind of what you call it. But this is how those little storyboards ended up being this animation. See that? Those little storyboards evolved into this. You know what I mean? And you just send it to the artist so they can interpret it. Now, you're probably asking yourself, hey, where do I find the artist? Where do I find a guy that can actually do this kind of work? Let's see how. Let's see where I can bring that up. Bring that up here. I use two websites for that sort of thing. And again, remember this is 2D work. 2D work, other than simple straight character animation or puppetry, I can do by myself. But when it comes to more complex 2D work, no. I gotta have somebody to help me out with that kind of stuff. So I lay it all out in storyboard form, and I come to this here website right here. Let me get here. Open this up. Go to my animation tab right here. Let me bring it over. There we go. All right. This is a website called Fiverr. And I'm sure you all have heard of it. Fiverr.com. I'm sick, tired of drinking whiskey. All right, hold on a second. It's a drinking question, so hang on a second. I tried drinking whiskey, and I felt like I was on a boat after one drink. Listen, man, whiskey is the devil's wee wee. Leave it be. Yeah, go for your gin based, bourbon based cocktails. All right, that's what you need. Gin based, a little bit of vodka. That's what you need. I spent a lot of time in Russia, bunch of time in Russia, more than almost a year and a half, in Russia. So I learned to basically appreciate vodka more than most Russians do. But the whiskey is the devil's wee wee, buddy. Leave it be. Oh ho ho! By the way, old fashions work better with a little bit of tonic. You know what I mean? And not a little bit. I think about 30% of tonic. I like the fizz. But anywho, where was I? Back to this. Let me see if I can enlarge it. This is a website where you can find animators all day, every day. And what you want to do is you want to find somebody who's got a good rating, and like this guy's got an excellent rating. I'm actually going to end up working with this guy. Good rating and a good demo reel. For example, check this out. I ain't do without the music because I don't know if it's copywritten or whatever. But this guy does good work. You know what I'm saying? And he's not that expensive. It's going to cost you a couple $100 to $500 to get a decent amount of animation out of him. And we're talking maybe anywhere from 15 seconds to 30 seconds to a full minute. Okay? Oh, yeah. Now you're talking my language, David D. You're talking my language, buddy. If I'm not drinking gin and tonic, I'm drinking that. All right. Let's see. But this is a guy. Find this guy. Good ratings. He's not charging that much. Couple $100, $400 for a minute or two worth of animation. That's actually a good rate. You know what I'm saying? And what you're trying to get to, you're probably wondering yourself, Burger, are you drunk? Just a minute or so of animation? What are you going to do with that? And to answer your question is, no, I'm not drunk. Not yet. But no, there's a method to my madness. You produce a small amount of animation, and I'm going to tell you what to do to work your way into a full show. Okay? How to get to a full show. So you find yourself an animator. And listen, let's get real here, okay? I love this country like a fish loves water. I love Americans every day, all day. But American animators can run a decent wage. An animatic, exactly. That was an animatic. They can run a decent wage, okay? And I got very thin profit margins. So on most occasions, I go out of my way to try and work with people who are of in a country where economics are a little bit more fluid, in a lower water level type situation. Well, I work with cheap people that have that have a lower cost of living animators. Let's put it that way. I find animators in Latin America. I find animators in India. I'm actually looking for animators in Russia right now. I'm paying a guy. Actually, there are some Brazilian animators that are very, very good, actually. Paying a guy in Russia right now to find me Russian animators. And I actually got a demo reel right before I started this particular podcast. Working with Indian animators and so forth and so on. You gotta look. Again, I love this country, and outsourcing is not really my thing. It really isn't. I don't like to do it, but until I get to the point where I can do $100,000 worth of business on one of these things, or $200,000 worth of business, I got to do what I got to do. I'm creating this for a particular reason, which I will get to in a second. So you got to go and find yourself a reasonably priced animator, and you can do that on Fiverr. And you can also do that on. Hold on, folks. I'm getting a little dizzy. I gotta remember that. I'm getting a little woozy. You know what I'm saying? So let me drink a little more to fix that problem. oh, oh yeah. There you go. There you go. Minor Zircon knows what I'm talking about. That's why Minor Zircon is one of my favorites. You got to work within your means. Oh yeah, that's all right. Damn boy, Mr. Howell on Gilligan's Island was right. An old fashioned, done the old fashioned way. Uh, I should have put a bit of fruit in that, a little orange slice in that. Would have made that all the better. Uh, so yeah, you got to work outside. Sometimes you got to work outside the U.S. This guy is actually an American animator, but there's a bunch of guys in here that are Saudi Arabian, Indian. Have a tendency not to work with Nigerians because well, I'll tell you why. Because get the fuck out of here, little boy. Listen, some people I've worked with who hail from that area have turned out to be crooks and thieves. So I don't need you judging me. Get the hell out of here, kid. I need you. What are you, like 12? What do you know about the world? Anyway, you want to work and find someone who works in a sphere who has a reasonable Chad Crypto's not on the door, buddy. He's David D. He's not on the door. He's working the board. I don't know how that kid keeps getting in here, but yeah, find somebody who's working cheap. So let's see what else here. What else we got, Travis? Do they sell enlargement pills? That's a good one, Travis Patrick. Or I'm getting drunk. I'm leaning towards that was a good joke. What was I saying? Oh, okay. Drinking 3 of these and trying to do a stream like this affects your concentration, believe it or not. But anyway, you find yourself an animator, you move on, you send them the storyboards, you get a quote, and then once you get a quote, you have them do an animatic. And again, the animatics are very, very crude. Again, let's see. Again, the animatics are going to look something up. This is the animatic. Let me see if I can bring up the main one. Let's see. Is this? I don't want this to be the finished one. Yeah, okay. Let me see if this is the one that's going to run. Hopefully this one runs, because I had one in here that was a bad video and it didn't run very well. Open with pop player. There we go. Okay, then they create an animatic. Come on, get out of the way. They create an animatic. Okay, you go over it. They do the cleanup on it. You approve it. And again, as you can see, all the elements of the storyboard I drew are right in this are in this cartoon, are in the animatic. Okay, I'll get to what that is in a minute. But they What's up, Taylor Swift? What's going on? Uh, howdy. They create the animatic, which is just a kind of a low res black and white cartoon. That way you can work out things that work. You can say, I don't like this, I don't like that, change this, change that. And it would be much harder if the thing was fully done and fully uh, completed. Now, how much should this animatic cost you? This level where you're at, how much should you have spent? If you're lucky and you take your time, believe it or not, folks, you can get most of what I'm talking about done between $300 and $500. Now, if you have to go a little bit over that, um, to maybe between 3 and 6, you're still doing well. $300 to $600 to get this level of work done, this quality level of work done, you're winning, folks. You're absolutely winning. There's nothing wrong with that. Hell, count yourself lucky. All right. If you can get this level of the animatic done, this much of the work done between 3 and 600, you're doing great. Okay. And this is for nearly, what is this for? About almost, I'm going to say between 20 and 30 seconds of animation for $600. Hell, man, that's great. Tom, when you watch this, that's great. And you can do it for that amount. You really can. This was done by a guy named Luis. I'm not going to give you his last name. And I wouldn't recommend anybody use his services because he was a bit of a flake. He was the ultimate passive aggressive nerd, in my opinion, because he would quote a price and then he would get angry and offended that he's not getting enough money. And then he wouldn't tell me though. He wouldn't say anything about it. He would just quote a price and then sit there and stew about it. That's stupid. That's absolutely fucking stupid. Look, I don't mind paying more money. Oh, hey, there's my buddy Tom. Tom's there. Tom,
Hey,
I'm ranting away, buddy. Ranting away. How you doing?
well, I wasn't expecting this, but I can stop in for a little bit here.
Okay, and I will continue to
I'll
get
have
to
to
the point.
plan this a little better. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Tom, I do appreciate it.
No problem.
But dig this. We're at the point now where we're hiring a freelancer. So, and I'm going over a little bit of a horror story so that I can tell you stuff that you need to avoid. The issue is that I hired somebody who was extremely passive aggressive. And instead of going, hey, man, I want a little more money. And it would have been a little more money. He just didn't tell me. He never said anything. So what am I supposed to do? I couldn't read his mind or anything like that. So you have to hire the right person. And you constantly have to check and go, is the compensation to your liking? And obviously you don't want to do it so much so that you overpay, but you want to get a reasonable amount so that everybody's happy, you're happy, and everything else. So you don't run into the situation where I was in until basically last week, where the guy basically quit. He quit working on the animation, I think, the last part of summer. And I've been trying to replace him up until 2 weeks ago. Finally did it. Finally found someone that we can wear. I found several people that I can actually replace him with to finish out this animation. And Tom has been privileged to actually see some of the color stuff that we got finally done through the new animator we're working with. But yeah, Luis was just too passive aggressive. And what does that have to do with anything? You got to vet these guys pretty closely. You don't have to know everything about it, but you need to know a good deal about dealing with people. And some of these guys, especially if they're working in these lower cost of living areas such as India, Russia, or whatever, they're almost afraid to talk to you about money because they really, really need it, but they don't want to scare you off. So that's the reason why you have to double check. And it can get to be a little bit annoying, but it's better than having them bail on you in the middle of the project. So that's pretty much it. Again, hiring a freelancer from here or from the other site that I use frequently, which is called Upwork. Let's see if I can get to it very quickly. All right. Upwork. Let me put it over here on the dashboard. All right. Here we go. Upwork is another good site. Again, the work is about equivalent and everything else. Oops. Well, trust me, it's equivalent. Well, I'll show it to you later. It's Upwork. Upwork and Fiverr. Create an account. It's absolutely free. Wonderful. So get those storyboards out, Tom, in case you missed it. I went over the storyboards. Did you catch any of that? The storyboard stuff, Tom? Any of
No,
that?
I just come in here now.
Okay. No
Sorry.
problem. No problem. Oh,
Just
no
got
problem.
off
No
the
problem.
stream not too long ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. Very quickly, I'll go over that very quickly again. If I can bring them up. Here we go. I am this is the level of my beautiful artwork, you're saying. Uh, I'm a 3D artist. I physical drawing is not necessarily my big thing. I do all my work with the computer. The 3D work is where I'm at, but 2D work has to be done to do the storyboards. But as I said to you before, once you come up with the concept, you don't have to be a next level artist, Tom. All you have to basically do is scribble this stuff out. I did this on my iPad. Scribble this stuff out, convey what you want. You got John Malin giving Mr.Burger an uppercut. Okay. That is my Windows key. Mr.Burger getting punched in the face. Mr.Burger flying across the ring. Mr.Burger landing on the mat. And at this point, I'm hiring an animator to do that. That is literally 7 seconds. Well, between 5 and 7 seconds. I'm hiring an animator to do that because when he comes up off the mat, he goes from being in a 2D environment, a 2D world, to a 3D environment. Okay. So what's that going to run me? Probably about $100, between $100, $140. Like I said, if I can find someone, I found someone that can do it at this price. I'm actually hiring an animator not just to finish this, but to do a lot more stuff on the show. So this little bit of animation that you just saw, the little storyboard that you just saw, probably run you anywhere. If you're lucky, you can get it for about 80. If you're not so lucky, you can probably do it for about 140. Don't pay any more than that. Keep looking if you get to pay any more than that. So that's that. Moving on to the nitty gritty. Hiring a freelancer, very important. Finding the right freelancer. Hell, make them do a test. Give them a couple of stick figures and say, I want you to do a walk cycle. Just walk across the street. Make sure you're dealing with somebody legitimate. I've actually done tests for a lot of freelancers. I'm going to test this guy in Russia, see if he knows what he's doing. Anybody can fake a demo reel. So have the guy do a simple stick figure walk or do a stick figure punch. That's all. And then you know what you're working with. Okay. So you've got your freelancer hired out. You want to go to somebody like Crow or yourself and make sure your script is tight. Make sure your jokes are there. Your script is tight. Let me see if I can bring up the Mr.Burger script. Well, you know what a script is. I don't want to waste your time if you got what you call, but you know the script. The point is, get that script together. Let somebody look at it. Crow's an excellent writer. He's not just an internationally famous DJ, but he's actually a really good writer. I wrote the first draft. He comes in and punches up the jokes. Same thing with another guy working with another guy named Jesse Torres. All they do is punch up the jokes. That's all I need him to do. Make sure that what I'm writing is, for God's sake, why isn't my search field working? That's weird. Tom, the old search field is not working for some reason. I've been having problems with that all day. I can't search things in folders for some reason.
I didn't
Uh,
have that problem until recently too, but I think it's a Windows thing. I don't know. I don't know what
it
you're
might be an
running.
upgrade thing. For some reason, I can't type in the search, and search won't do anything, which is
Hmm.
weird. Oh, okay, I got it. Here's episode 2. All right, which is Mr. Burger goes to prison. Wow, Tom, it's not letting me open up. Oh, it's opening up the episode quite slowly. All right, come on, populate it, you bastard. Wow, there it is. So yeah, work on your script here. Oh wow, that's the original one. Okay, I tell you what. Let's move on. Then, if you're gonna do a 2D, 3D composite work that like we're doing, you need to open up or gain a little bit of knowledge about some of the software you can use, which is, for example, Character Animator, which is right down here. This is Cinema 4D, which is a 3D program that I use. But let me see if I can open up Character Animator, which I would highly recommend to you, Tom, because it takes you about 15 minutes to learn how to use it. And I'll also let you in on something here. You can have characters created in this program for about 15 to 20 bucks. So here's, ironically, the character that I want Tom to do. This is Melvin. Melvin Walter
Melvin.
Walter Mellon. So it's a very, uh, uh, he's a very funny character, extremely funny character because he might be a serial killer. Minor Zircon had this later. Minor Zircon, if you're actually still there, or what's called, I think he probably had to go to work, working a night shift. But that's Melvin, and this is an extremely easy program to use. You can get a freelancer to create this character totally between 20 and 50 bucks. They'll rig the eyes for you, do the blink cycle, squint. They'll rig those eyes for you. Okay. You can get the eyebrows done, so forth. Like that. I don't know if you guys are seeing all that. You get all this done for about between 20 and 50 bucks. And there's just a pure puppet. Okay. Pure puppet. Tom, I'm telling you, you can learn how to use this thing in literally 15 minutes. 50, it actually maybe 10.
You're making it look very easy compared to my technological
I'm telling Tom, it's
disadvantages, but
point and click. Your guy will assign the keys. Like this is the Z key, the X key, the C key, the V key. So it's all this stuff. It's all rigged. It's all ready to go for you. Don't have to do any programming or coding. Like I said, then you come in here and whenever you've done your storyboard, Tom, you know when you're going to do a close up. You know when you're going to do a chatting
does
scene.
it say, do you have any other angles, or is it just the one angle?
Actually, you can have him create as many angles as you need. You can have him create head turns. You can have him create any specialized angles. And if you, I'm sure you're familiar with After Effects to a certain degree, or Premiere, right?
Not really. I mean,
Okay.
I've edited with a little Premiere a little bit, but that's about it. Yeah.
But with Premiere, you can actually adjust, rotate the angle, zoom in, and so forth and so on. So you can fake moving the character around wherever you need to move it. You dig what I'm saying? Very easy. I can show you how to do it again in 10, 15 minutes. Very easy. So you can fake or set your conversations up so that they're one to one, face to face. You know what I mean? You can set it all up. And anything that needs to be done beyond that, allocate that to the main 2D work that's going to be done. If you got somebody getting kicked in the nuts, getting thrown off of a building or whatever, allocate that to the primary 2D artist. Okay. Just have them do the work, bill it into that work. But your close ups, your conversational stuff, you do it. It'll save you a ton of money. And I'm telling you, Tom, I guarantee you, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, you're a master at this. It does not take that much, especially when they set everything up for you and rig it. So that's it. Character Animator is that very easy, very quick to get. All right. Cinema 4D is a little bit more complicated. We're going to get into the 3D stuff in a minute, but right now, so where are we at? We've got what you need to do with the concept, then creating the storyboards, then hiring the freelancer. And again, Tom, anything above $800, find somebody else because they're out there. Tom, there are so many of these guys out there. Uh, they're literally falling out of trees. What's up, Finatra? What's up? Hey, thank you for subbing, Finatra. Thank you. Uh, they're falling out of trees. There are animators, and you put an ad up, Tom, you'll be going through CVs and resumes for a month. And they're all and I'm gonna say 30%, 50% of them are good, highly qualified, really good, but they're living in Bangladesh or they're living in Azerbaijan. So $100 to them is like $500 to you and me. You dig what I'm saying? I'm trying to do this without sounding
Right.
racist or vile. Let me know if I'm if I'm getting off the rails there, but you know what I mean. They what's called, and you get quality work. You get quality work out of these guys, and again, it's all for a purpose. You're going somewhere with this. And again, like I was saying earlier, there's probably people out there saying, "Burger, you're just talking about a minute or two worth of animation." Yes, but there's a reason I'm talking about doing this stuff by the minute, as opposed to doing this stuff by the half hour. Okay. So we've gotten to that particular point. All right. Before I get into the 2D stuff, let me bring up what can be done by going to. Do I still have the Plex link? Hopefully, I still do. Here we go. All right. Let's see if we're still up on Plex. Yeah, we're still up on Plex. Okay. What is the end result of all this? Tom, here we go. Let me show you what the end result of this is. I don't know if you were aware of this, but that show is actually on a streaming service called Plex, my show. I've done a 30-minute program, 30-minute sitcom of this show already, and it has been downloaded. How many downloaded minutes have I gotten? 500,000 downloaded minutes, whatever I've gotten off of this particular show, which is believe it or not, that's just $1,000 because Plex doesn't pay nothing. Okay. They don't pay that much. Where you want to be, obviously, Tom, and I'll have to tell you this, you want to be on Tubi, and you want to be on Freevee. Plex is just someplace you're at. I think I'm in 16 different. Hey, Chow. You want to be on Amazon, obviously. You want to be on Freevee, which is Amazon, and you want to be on Tubi. You want to be on Pluto. That's where you want to be. But you're going to need a little bit of money to be able to do that. So finally, I get to the point. You create a 1-minute animation. 1-minute animation. You get out there and you hit up Indiegogo. You crowdfund your way to, and this is legit. This is the biggest secret, and I'm not about to put this out on the internet. I gotta take a drink before I do it because this could help me, or it could create a lot of competition. It won't. It's like, but I was thinking, well, Tom, let's do this as a private stream. But I'm fucking. I'm just gonna say it. Let me take a drink though. I gotta get some courage. Tom, you can create a 30-minute sitcom of high quality work for about $3,000 to $7,000. You really can. Stuff that's good enough, quality enough to get on Tubi, to get on Pluto, to get on Freevee, to get on Amazon. There you go. I've ruined my life. And he probably created a what's called, but really, you and I both know, hell, most people won't do it because they got to be interested in it. But that's the God's honest truth, Tom. It is not some magical wand. You can get the work done for the cost of a used car. You can produce a 30-minute animated sitcom for the cost of a used car, less than a used car nowadays. Actually, you really can. You need two guys. You need a good script. You need about 7 months. Uh, and you need a distribution company. And essentially, how that works is you can either go through Film Hub or Indie Rights. Those are really your only two options. Now, Chris Gore, there's some other people that Chris Gore is talking about, which I have confidence. I know Chris Gore knows exactly what he's talking about. He's a brilliant guy. But his recommendation, and it's also my recommendation, is either Indie Rights because they've treated Chris Gore very good and they have a very good reputation, or Film Hub. The problem with Film Hub is, well, the good thing about Film Hub, you have total control. The money's coming pretty much directly into your pocket. They're taking a fairly small cut, and they have a huge distribution network. It's global. They have, Tom, I think it's 128 countries or some shit like that. It's a huge, huge global market. Huge. However, the con is you have to do everything yourself. You have to market the show. You have to create the prints. You get the physical prints. If you're going to do that, you have to, if you're going to showcase it, you still have to lug it wherever. They don't help you with any kind of marketing at all. It's just a distribution hub. That's it. This I know. Gone through it. As you can see, it's there. It's on another one. I'm on Typhoon too. Tom, I have a whole list of places where I'm at. I can't even remember, especially after 3 or 4 of these. But you have to do everything yourself, and ultimately, I find that self-defeating. Honestly, Tom, the amount of money I've made with putting it on Film Hub probably could have done better just doing it on YouTube. Probably could have, and promoting it that way. Indie Rights is a little bit different. Indie Rights they do help you with the marketing, they help you with the promotion, they give you advice about what you need to do to improve certain things. They Everybody I've talked to that's worked with them say that their contracts, and this is very important, are extremely legit. They just take the license, they license it out from you and everything else, but they don't fuck with your merchandising. They don't try and get you to do anything else or sign anything else. You still, if you want to make a bunch of t-shirts, they really don't care about that. They just care about the content and getting it out through their particular network. And hell, they're on YouTube now too. They have a huge channel. Look them up, Indie Rights. I'm not know which way we're gonna go. I have to think about it a little bit more. Like I said, I do like film. I'm not knocking Film Hub, but unless you have a huge built-in audience or you know how to work YouTube, in other words, Tom, you would be able to do this a lot easier than me. You could go around to multiple big channels with a 30. Well, really, Tom, I'll get to this more in a minute. You really need to create 3 of these shows, or you really need to create 6 of these shows. But let's say you could go around on multiple people's channels and build up momentum, get 100,000 views on Plex or a bunch of other streaming services on Freevee, get that algorithm working in your favor so that it pushes you up to the front of the page on some of these things. Get YouTube on your side. You understand what I'm saying? Get buddies and friends talking about your show. Get them on your side. That's one of my main things. Being on as many people's show. Nobody gives a shit about CNN anymore. Nobody gives a shit about the Hollywood Reporter anymore. You need to talk to Gary. You need to talk to Jeremy and Critical Drinker. Give them a copy of the show. Hopefully they laugh a few times, go on their show and talk about it. That's way more valuable than being on Fox or the Today Show. It really is. Get right with YouTube. Hey man, I've got a six show series. It's on Freevee. Well, you guys go check it out. Tom, Freevee, I think, pays anywhere from 32 cents to $1.47 per minute. I think. So it's somewhere in that range. Same thing with Tubi. Same thing with Amazon. They pay good. They pay real good. No, Amazon is actually lower, but it's bigger. Doing 1,000,000 minutes a week on Amazon is nothing. Hell, that's terrible. That's not even good. 1,000,000 minutes on Amazon is nothing. Everybody does that. What you're looking at 7 million, 15 million, 23 million a week, Tom, there's your trip to Tokyo, if you know what I mean. Or you and I go over there and we do the kaiju thing.
So can we watch them? So can we watch a couple minutes of this or?
Oh yeah, sure. Let me see if I can. What's called? Do I need to sign in to do it? I wonder if I need to sign in to do it. Come on. I know you're there. Come on. I have a version on YouTube if it doesn't work. Come on, Plex. You're a multi-million-dollar company. Let me try this on Google. It may be Chrome, maybe a Firefox thing. Hang on, Tim. All right, let's try this on Google. All right. Or do I have to sign in?
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Customer service.
Okay, here it is.
Customer service.
Here it is. It's on Google.
Thank God. What the hell's going on here? You people asleep?
Why isn't it showing
I
anything?
don't want to hear that.
Why isn't it showing?
Oh, because you're probably playing it through the server. I don't know. Do you have the video file that you can share? Maybe.
Yeah. I got it on the channel. Hang on a second. It's weird. All right. Okay. Let me take me a second here to find it. Just 1 second. All right. By the way, Tom, as I'm bringing this up, this is one of the hardest things I ever did. One of the hardest things I ever did, man. It was no joke. It took much longer than I wanted it to. It came out okay, but we were rejected by Tubi, but we were accepted by a bunch of other people. And Tubi is the one you really want to get on. All right, here we go. Back it up. Tubi, because at the time Tubi was the one that was paying the most. All right, here we go. Let me turn the mic on. Not the mic, but the sound.
Customer service. This is customer service. Listen, thank God. What the hell's going on here? You people asleep? I don't want to hear that. Look. There's a problem with my order. Look here. Listen to me. I ordered the female blonde Kimmy model 139 sex doll, right? What I received was the male redhead kitty model 121A sex doll, all right, for 6. What do you mean? What's the problem? Clearly, ma'am, I ordered a female and I received a male. I would like this situation rectified, please. I have things to do. What do you mean am I homophobic? Look, lady, I'm not a fan of penises. I have one, but it's purely functional. Wait, why what? Excuse me? That's none of your goddamn business whether I enjoyed the complimentary pre-lubed anal beads that came with this particular model. All right, it's supervisor time, bitch. Let me speak to your supervisor. Oh, God, lady, I don't like dicks, all right? It's nothing personal. I just, if I'm being honest, I'm not into the shape of them. That's not appealing to me. Frankly, all dicks, they look like undecorated Christmas trees as far as.
Yeah, I had little boozed up there
So
when I wrote that.
So this is available to watch on
Yeah,
YouTube
it is. So okay. The big issue was there was a couple things. We switched back and forth between 3D, and Luis and I never really got the design in a way that was complementary to each other. So that's me before I got the face tracking stuff down packed. But this is me and Luis working with flat 2D models.
Why are you trying to get my attention like that? You know we're the only two people out here.
I know, right? Hey, listen, can you keep the secret?
No.
Okay, great. I got 100 girls a day sending me nipple pics for free. I'm saying I get 100 nipple pics a day. What do you think of that shit?
What? You need to keep your mind on what's going on here, dog. You know, we could be in real trouble here.
You understand what I'm saying to you, Burger, right?
He's such a scumbag.
The James Bond of nipple pics. I got a whole nipple pic pyramid scheme going on.
I'll put it in the chat in a second.
I got nipple pics here. I got nipple pics there. I got nipple pics everywhere. Can you dig what I'm saying to you? Can I get an amen?
But by the way, Tom, that's the character I want you to play.
Oh, jeez.
And that should give you an idea of the personality.
So do you want me to emulate that, or you just want something?
No. I just want you to be you. But that dirtbag. Essentially, they're hunting for Bigfoot, and essentially, let me move on to that particular point. All right, here we go. Big food, actually.
Right.
Obviously, this is not big.
We're going to be very quick about getting rich. We just need you to give us 40 grand, and then...
What the hell was that? Okay, dog, this is it. We gotta stand tough. The two of us can take this ugly son of a bitch down. Dog, hot dog, where are you there? Where'd you go?
So again, that's the character that that I want you to play. He's Burger's best friend, but he is a complete dirtbag. Is the best way I can describe it. He's always up for get rich quick schemes. He's always the only good thing about him is he's loyal. He's a friend. He really is. But other than that, he terrible at giving advice. Always getting everybody into trouble. He's just an idiot piece of crap. But he's one of the best characters. He's like as you can see in the comic book or whatever, he's the one once they go to prison, he's the one that tries to break them out. Mm-hmm. And he does a horrible job of it. Him and this German pervert named Willie Pickle. So they who is also part of the Burger Bun. By the way, a couple of things about this, Tom. African streaming services don't like cartoons that have cursing in it. We got a lot of problems with that when we distributed in Africa, because everybody in Africa essentially thinks if it's a cartoon, it's for kids. So we lost out on a significant amount of revenue distributing in basically African or Muslim countries, obviously. I don't think we were able to stream in the Emirates or Qatar or a couple other places. People really we got a lot of trouble. Not trouble in like people were trying to get us or anything, but we just couldn't stream in certain places. We just couldn't. UK was fine. Europe was fine. Some parts of Asia, Northern Asia, were fine. But when it came down to the Middle East and Africa, no. And believe me, that was a significant loss of revenue. However, that can be offset by making a few changes to dialogue, using innuendos. Apparently, Saudi Arabia is fine with innuendos. They just don't want you directly saying something. So keep that in mind when you make or do what you're talking about and you're dealing with Film Hub or Indie Rights or whatever. You're not gonna. There's certain places you're just not gonna make it with the cartoon because they literally believe that if it should be for children. Anything that's cartoonish or a cartoon, you're not going to get into that market. You're just not. And that's fine. What is that a big issue? No, especially if you're on Tubi or Freevee or Amazon. Who cares? That extra money is just gravy. You make it to Tubi, Pluto, Freevee, and Amazon. You get all four of them. Who gives a shit about anything? Because that's Tom. That could be anywhere from $5,000, $10,000, $25,000. I know guys, other filmmakers. Man, at one point they were doing $57,000 to $63,000 a month in revenue off of Tubi and Amazon Prime. Just those two. Those two. Hell, I know a guy named Jason Horton. Don't take my word for it. Watch some of his videos, man. He was doing $5,000 to $15,000 a month off of some of the worst horror films you've ever seen. Absolute garbage. And that guy crowdfunded his way to I think he ended up with $63,000 to make this movie called Crave. He crowdfunded his way all the way up to that. You know, I would like that, don't necessarily need it, but you know, I would like that. I want to get the cartoon out, I want to get the comic book out. I want to see if we can crowdfund our way to a decent level to produce. Like I said, Tom, you can do this with 3. You can do it with 3 shows, but ideally you want 6. 6 is the magic number. Working with a girl named 6, you understand the magic of 6. So there you go. But ideally you want 6 shows, Tom. You want 6 shows. Ideally, you want to be able to produce 6 shows a year. There's big money in it. You're talking about each one of those shows can bring in revenue again between $5,000 and $20,000 a month, depending on what service you're on.
Yeah.
So we can go into more details privately. What's called on that if you want, on how it's set up and everything. If you need to know links to everything, whatever you need to know, I'll share it with you. Hey, 6 is here. But the thing is, you got me so far, Tom. This isn't what you think, man. This really isn't. I'm not trying to make it sound ultra easy because it's not. The work is hard. You got to come up with a decent concept. That kid thing you were talking about sounds like a very good idea. But kid videos, as you and I both know, that's the real money. That's the reason why we're doing a kid show. Rob is doing a kids cooking show because YouTube loves kid stuff. They love it. If I had any sense, I would tone down Burger and make it a little bit more kid friendly. But it just does it. I've been working with the thing for 5 years, so it is what it is. But the point is, man, Tom, this is not financially what you think it is, or technically what you think it is, or labor intensive is what you think it is. It's not that bad. You can do this. You really can. Of course, I need to fill in a few more blanks, which I will again do privately. But this ain't bad, man. Really not, Tom. Are you following me so far? You got an idea?
For the most part, yeah. I mean, I've worked on things in the past too with different programs, but like I'm just not that advanced at it and stuff like that. I mean, as far as hiring out people to do it, might be a little bit more easier to do. I get what you're saying there.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what we do. Now, the 3D stuff, finally, 3D stuff is a little bit different. I can do most of that. My brother can do most of that. Seb is under a massive, I haven't talked to my brother in almost 3 weeks because he's the lead animator. He got a promotion. And at first, we were all cheering him. We were like, go Seb, go Seb. I haven't been able to talk to him because he had the flu. And, man, they must be killing him. Because I've called, I think, every other day or whatever, and he hasn't picked up. And that's not like him. It's not like him. He's working on some kind of project, and I think he's behind. I think it's okay to say that he worked on Dune 2. I hope it's all right. Because at one point I couldn't tell anybody that, but he was working on Dune 2. And Goodbye Kansas. Goodbye to Kansas did the visuals for Dune 2. And he worked on the motion capture system that they used. He actually rewrote some of the code to improve it. So my brother knows quite a bit about this stuff. And I wanted him to try and find me an animator that he trusts, but he's out of pocket. He's totally out of pocket. And I understand he gets that way. He works in a boiler room, man. He does. The deadlines that they got to reach, because guess what? It's a U.S. company, but they're going all the way to Romania to get the work done. So they're basically doing the same thing I'm doing, but on a much larger scale. So yeah, I gotta check on him. And then more now I think about it, I gotta check on him because I need to make sure he's all right. Seb can handle a lot of stuff, but I don't want him to get too far out there. I gotta keep an eye on my brother. So anyway, the 3D stuff. So you come in here, you go to a website called, let me bring it up here, Mixamo. It's a motion capture site that they use for Mixamo. I still have the program up. Yeah, there it is. All right, there we go. All right, Tommy, you there? Oh, there we go. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, I'm here.
Right. Okay, so you create. Okay, Mr. Burger was something that I created. I built this character completely. He's in the ground, but I'll fix him in a second. I built this character completely. I actually built the bun, the body, and all that kind of stuff. I bought the hands because I could never get the gloves right, but everything else is pure me. So what I ended up doing is when I got the got this character done and looking the way he needed to look, I found this site that will automatically rig the character. Now, rigging, Tom, do you have any idea what that means, to rig a character?
I know what it means, but I'm not really good at doing, like, this stuff is like way advanced for me.
Well, actually, Tom, it used to be. Back when I first started, you used to have to draw bones into place, and Tom, all the nightmarish shit you had to do to make a character work back in my day. Now, let me show you what you got to do to rig a character. Now watch closely, Tom. This gets complicated. Watch closely. And there you go. That's it. It's rigged. Totally rigged. Done. That literally is all the rigging you need to do for this particular character. Let me get a better one. I get a better one there. Get his arms. What you call Tom? That's it. That's the rig. Whoa. Did I kicked the overdrive in? Let me bring it back down. Click a button. He's rigged. Done. Done and done. Piss easy. Let me do another one. Absolutely done. This thing changed my life. Because I spent years learning how to individually put in bones, inverse kinetics, the whole thing, in a program called Lightwave. Now, Night Richard has the joke of the night. You simply click a button, totally rigged, done. You could, let me show you another example. I'll show you John Malin. Let me bring up John Malin. Let's see here. John Malin. Okay, this John Malin. Come on. There it is. I did not bother to physically create John Malin, Tom. I bought John Malin for about $25. So that's how much I paid for John Malin. Had them built. See, back in the day, you had to manually do all this with the bones. These are all bones. Now you just click a button, it's done, finished. So there you go. But I bought John Malin, and there were some few little problems with him. We had to get him fixed. Everything else, some stuff. I didn't like the color of his shoes. I wanted his shoes to be a lot darker. So little things like that. I wanted his beard to be a lot darker too. But $50, and I could create John Malin. Take him into that program I just showed you. Click a button, and he's rigged. Done and done. Okay. Taking it into the final step. Once he's done and done there, bringing up Cinema 4D. I literally did this afternoon because I'm getting ready to do this scene. Let me bring up the John Malin punch. Yeah, the uppercut. Click OK. Okay, there it is. It's in Cinema 4D, the program I use. So I'm going to play and test it. Okay, let me back up a little bit. Need to back up a little. I'm going to turn him. Boom, boom. There's the uppercut. As you can see, long it took me to do that? 5 minutes. It'll take me longer to render him out than it did to create that particular scene. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn the character around because I want to see him from the back punching Burger into the. This is one of the shots where he hits Burger so hard he literally flies into the moon. He knocks him out of the moon, knocks him into the moon. So let me play it from this angle. That's it. Couple little. He hits him so hard he's literally knocks him into the moon. So that's it. It's a beautiful world we live in, Tom. Back in the day, this would have taken me at least a day or two to rig. Not anymore. Just click a button and we're done. Okay. And then do a quick test render. See what you got. He looks fine. I need to adjust the lights and everything, whatever. So it looks good. See what I mean about the darker shoes? Looks better. So there we go with that. So you set the scene up, and then, Tom, once that's done, again, I would take it into Unreal. And in Unreal, Tom, my secret weapon, this is a boxing rink. Okay, there it is. Let me try and get you the full view of it. See that? Got bags and weights and everything in there. If I can expand the picture a little. There we go. But this whole thing, this is where the actual fight is going to take place. And he's going to hit him so hard, he goes through this back wall back here. See, way back, he hits him so hard, he goes through that little back wall, out the building, and crashes into the moon. So, yeah, man, the whole gym, I kind of assembled it from pieces. I had to make a couple of things, but it wasn't too hard. But I bought the pieces and assembled it into this. This is John Malin's basement at his house. So that's where the fight takes place. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to take the shots from here, render just the shot from here, and then composite it in Premiere or After Effects and put it all together, fuse the images together. So it went from a 2D cartoon to a 3D cartoon. And there you go, man. More details about this later as what's called. This part, obviously not so easy. This part, Tom, if you wanted help with it or whatever, I would be happy to lend my assistance to you. Me and my brother would be at your disposal. I'm happy to work with you on whatever you needed. But that's the process. Tom, you can handle the concept. You can handle getting the freelancers. You can handle, you can handle the budget, man. No reason not to do it, man. No reason not to do it. Take a month or two, get the idea. Let's collaborate privately, of course, and let's get you going, man. Shit,
Right.
I may throw a few bucks your way to help you kind of get some things going there with potentially what's called, of course, for a small, insignificant percentage. I wouldn't say that if I hadn't had. What are we going on? What did I say? This fifth one, number 5. But yeah, man, shit. Tom, whatever way I can help you, I'll help you, and I'll
we'll
make. You know what?
talk about it.
Yeah, I will make more of these. You don't have to be there for them, but I'm going to make more of these because it clears my head. It allows me to think about my own process, about how I'm going to get my thing done. But crowdfunding is the end result. Tom, if you can do something amazing for a minute, set up your own Indiegogo campaign, get out there talking about it. Hell, man. If Jay Horton, please God, Tom, look up Jason Horton and tell me you can't do the same thing that guy did in less time and with more money. Look at some of the shit that he's put out. No offense. But horror, you've seen bad horror. Okay. Mr. Horton, his work has gotten better because he has more money, but the work that he used to get the money for the crowdfunding is atrocious. It's atrocious. But he was able to use the smaller stuff to step into the bigger money. Tom, for the amount of money that you can crowdfund, you can do multiple shows easily. Multiple shows. I've done it, and it's not, dude. I'm not just talking out of my ass. I've done it. You go look me up on Typhoon. Go look me up on Plex. I'll get you. I have to log into Film Hub. Hell, I'll get you a whole list where you can look me up. I'm out there. But I need to be out there, though. I need to be out there 3 times. I need to be out there 6 times, Tom, because that's the magic number. You need more. The more shows you have, the more money you make.
Right.
And it ain't hard to produce the shows. All right, Tom. All right. I guess that's I guess I can get it ended there. Got any questions or anything? Anything? Let me know.
No, it's just taking it all in. And I watched that one night animate and stuff. That's fun too. But no, I'll definitely we'll have to be in touch about this, and I'll be checking in with these.
Right,
I'm just
man.
like burnt out from a long day right now.
Oh, I know, man. Hell of a show, man. Hell of a show. One criticism, however, anyone who thinks Alvin and the Chipmunks was good is a communist.
Well, I guess I'm a Smurf then.
That was a good point, though. That was a brilliant point. He's absolutely right. There was a lot of commie shit in that show. He's 100% right. He was 100% right.
Socialist, communist type stuff. Yeah,
I
noticed
really
that.
Was.
Yeah,
I didn't.
Of course,
really
much later in life, not at the time, but yeah.
Yeah, me too. Folks, if you didn't catch that Saturday morning thing that Tom did, it was amazing. It was really good. Some of the best work. Really good show. If you do that again, man, I want in.
We actually do it every week, but we just do different topics. Yeah.
Well, I'm there, man. Wow, I have never yelled at the monitor quite so much for quite
I've been wanting to talk to you about some stuff anyway, but yeah, we definitely gotta get together soon.
I appreciate it. Okay, Tom, I'm gonna end it up. I know you're tired. You going in there, man. But any questions you have about anything, if you want me to send you links or you want to think, my thing would be think of the concept, maybe draw some stuff up, and then let me send you some links, and I'll take you through it step by step. I'll vet the guys for you if you want, because I've done it dozens of times. I'm about to start vetting this guy from Russia right now. As soon as I get off here with you, I'm gonna check out his stuff and see what's going on with him.
Good luck with that, man.
Yeah. I got to get this cartoon done, man. I got to get this cartoon done. I need my money because the cartoon leads to the films. Mr. Burger's not where it ends. You and me, we're we're gonna fight a monster in the middle of Texas. We're gonna do a version of Jaws on land with a monster outside. You and me are gonna end up on a spaceship. You're probably gonna be the chief engineer. I'll be the XO, and you and me also are gonna do some interesting things with SCP. You and me both. Yes, I've had a few, but I'm actually being very, very serious. You and me going to do some interesting things with SCP, the SCP Foundation. You wait and see. Tom, when you got in my eyesight, you're never leaving. Even 10 years after you're dead, I'm still going to be working with you. So you're never leaving. All right, I'll talk to you later, Tom. I'll talk to all you guys later.
All right, you take care.
All right, man. Bye-bye. Bye-bye,
Thank you
folks.
so much, man.
Bye-bye. You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Hey, Rosedale here. Support our 60-page comic book along with the 30-minute sitcom starring me, Rosedale, and the rest of the Burger Bunch. So go on over to Mr. Burger's Indiegogo campaign and sign up right now on our pre-launch special. Hey, thanks a lot, and we appreciate the support.